man and doeth what I said is like he that built his house on the rock. So hear me. It is in the doing of what God says. That is where you command the result you expect. Faith without work is dead. They decided, watch this now, to hide the child. Do something. And I pray for somebody here today. May God open your hearts to know what to do. The man that got to the land of Canaan declared all that God has said we will do. We will do. So your commitment to what God says should put you to action. You don't just say, I believe God will promote me. I believe God will bless me. But you are not committed. You are not on the doing. He said, I will bless the labor of your hand. So if the blessings of God is released at the point of your doing, if there is no labor in your hand, there will not be favor from above. God can only bring favor from above when there's labor in your hand. I will bless the labor of your hand. So as a way of expressing your faith, express your faith in your doing. Somebody says, I hear you. And the third thing I see as I look at this particular test is that you must leave the result for God. Somebody say, leave the result for God. Do what you can do and allow God to do the rest. Leave the result for God. And they took the child, put the child in a basket and pushed the child into the water after 3 months. And they left the rest for God. And guess what? Those who put all their eggs in God's basket will never be disappointed. Are you following what I'm saying? They pushed the ball into the water. River Nile was characterized by crocodile and all kind of creatures that are deadly. But hear me, when they pushed the child into the water, God carried the child in the water. That tells me that when your faith is expressed, God will manifest. When your faith is expressed, God will manifest. Where there is faith, there is manifestation. Where there is faith, there is God. For without faith, it is not possible to please God. So a life of faith is a life that commands God's presence. When I look at this family, I saw a family that left the result for God. The outcome of your life as a child of God is tied to what you have been able to release into the hand of God. What have you released? Many of us, we are very smart. Very, very smart. You believe God, but you don't act like someone that believes God. You believe God with your mouth, not with your heart. You are trying to work things out by yourself, and you say, I'm trusting God. One of my most favorite scripture is the book of Proverbs. When the Bible says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways. It didn't say some of your ways. The problem of many Christians today is that they acknowledge God in some of their ways. You only allow God in a particular area of your life. But he said, in all your ways, acknowledge him and he will direct your paths. There are 5 elements that drives a life of faith. 5 elements that drives you, that make you live a life of faith. That every blessed day, it does not matter what you are saying, you are living a life of faith. There are 5 elements that should find expression in your life if you are a person that live a life of faith. If you understand that you have been called to live a life of faith. Listen to me. Faith does not cancel tough times. Faith causes you to rise above tough times. Faith does not stop opposition. Faith gives you advantage in the face of opposition. Faith does not cancel battle. Faith makes you better in battle. So, no matter what you are going through, God has called you to live a life of faith. The just shall live by faith. Do element that should drive your life, that will show that you are living a life of faith, is the element of total dependence on God. You depend on Him. You depend on Him, not on yourself. You depend on Him. When you depend on Him, in Matthew chapter 6 verse 31 through 33, God says, don't be worried about what you think you need. Don't live like those who don't know God. Those who are thinking that it is how you struggle that you will make it. He said, your life does not cost how much you struggle. So, but look at the birds of the air. He takes care of them. Don't think that God is not with you. Be persuaded. Be persuaded and depend on Him. I depend on you. Jesus, I depend on you. Because you live, I can face tomorrow. Because you live, no matter what is happening right now, I put my trust, I depend on you. My anchor hold on that solid rock, and that rock is Jesus. I may not know tomorrow, but I serve a God who has tomorrow in His hand. I may not know where to go, but I have a God who can make a way in the desert. I may not know who to talk to, but I have a God who knows every mortal human being on earth. I may not know where to turn to, but I know a God who knows everything, who is omniscient. And so I depend on Him. To depend on God means to rest on Him. He will carry me. He will carry me through this. I came to speak to somebody today. I don't know what is in your heart before coming to church. But God will have me tell you, I will carry you through this. I will carry you through this crisis. I will carry you through these battles. I will carry you through this challenge. All you need to do, put life to your faith and depend on Him. And depend on Him. Number 2, living a life of faith means to trust God. I trust Him. 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 Psalm 20 verse 7. Some trust in